everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Mikael, and today is another story time. Finally, I haven't done story time in a minute, so in light of recent events of mine, it actually reminded me of this story, and then I was like, yeah, I need to tell the story. So recently I was walking right at night, and as I was walking, I was crossing the street, right? And so, you push a little stoppy thingy and it tells you to go. There was like a car, already, like, I guess, at the light, at the cross. Like the cross, is the crosswalk? No. Basically the crossroads of this street, right? There was already a car there, right? So when I'm walking and I'm like this crosswalk and I'm crossing the street and there's a car there. Is a silver car, right? And this dude was like basically like this. And I'm just jumping straight to it because this shit was wild as fuck. So he's like face forward like this and I'm like walking past this car. Right when I get like right here, he just goes, right? So I'm walking and I peep it and I'm like, what the fuck? But I keep walking, of course, because why would I stop? So, right. And then, but let me not cuss. It kind of like, I don't know, it was weird. It was just really strange because I didn't actually see his face. I just noticed that he turned towards me. And he made me a little nervous. And I was looking cute as fuck. Not that makes a difference, but I don't know. When I just look like really extra cute and people look at me, I think it makes me a little bit more like right. So probably like a little body dysmorphia type feeling. But so and then I crossed the street, but because I couldn't like shake the way he turned around, which was fucking odd as hell, he when he drives, but I'm already like walking, right? So the car goes off and I see the car leave, right? I see the car go. So I'm like, okay, cool, right? But the feeling was a little bit naggy. So I'm walking, right? I'm still walking straight. I get to another cross, right? Boom, boom. And as I'm walking to this cross, because I be peeping my surroundings. I'm extremely observant. Very, almost annoyingly observant, honestly. Because sometimes I don't want to be noticing things. And I just can't help it. Yeah, anyways. So I'm walking, right? I don't get to the street yet. So if this is the crosswalk, I'm still like way back here. And as I'm walking, because there's this like, is it a restaurant? It's like a restaurant, right? On this corner. So I can't fully see the street. So as I'm walking, but I'm not at the crosswalk yet, I can now see the end of the street. And I always pre-look because some people, it's nighttime, some people be drunk as hell. And I want to make sure nobody's about to fly before I even walk across that street because I've almost gotten hit quite a bit of times. So anyways, I see this car way at the end. Now, it is nighttime. It's not really that much traffic out. However, where I live, it's like it's not a lot of traffic, but then as you start to walk further towards the freeway, it becomes more traffic. But I'm not really quite there yet, right? So this is usually really empty spaces. It's like businessy areas, so it's pretty much closed at the time I was out there because most of these business places close at like 6 o'clock. I peeped this silver car just sitting there. I be saying I'm scary, but the type of scary that I am is like basically irrational fears, like a fucking roach. I can't do that. I can't do stuff like that. But like people don't scare me. I don't know how to, well, I guess I just said it. People don't scare me. I don't really get scared by people. My fight or flight kicks in. I'm either like, I talk myself down on something like, yeah, don't lose your shit on this. Basically like, ready to fight a motherfucker. I can usually go 0 to 100 when it comes to, oh, you about to play with me. So I usually either don't do anything at all or I kind of go full 100. And I've been learning to like play it cool, okay? Play it cool. Not too cool to where people think you're scary and they about to fucking bully you. But not You ain't gotta like be ready to cuss people out, start running up on you. Right? So I'm pretty balanced these days, right? So I see the car sitting over there. I'm not like, oh. But obviously it's odd because this is a street. This isn't some type of place where you can just be sitting there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, that's odd. The closer I'm getting to the crosswalk, the car starts to slowly move forward. And it's not like speeding fast. It's just slowly moving forward. I said, yeah, I've been through enough motherfucking shit to know that's weird. So as I get to the street and I'm noticing it's still doing it, right? I said, oh, this motherfucker trying to wait until I basically were meeting. And I'm not saying that I felt like they were going to try to hit me. But basically they're trying to meet me at the crossroads. And y'all know what the fuck that mean. No, I'm not about to have that. So I'm getting into the street. But, you know, I'm bold these days. I don't give a fuck. If you gonna be weird with me, I want you to know. I want you to know that I think what you're doing is weird. So as I'm walking into the street, because I pushed a little button thingy and the cross sign is on. So I get to walk. I got the right of way. Which leaves me having to now walk past this car. But I'm noticing that the motherfucking car is the same car that I just passed. And I don't understand. And I don't understand how he even got there, right? Because if I'm here, right, and he's here, when he drives, he goes this way, right? The only way that he would be able to get down the street on this side, like if he's way over here, is he would have had to go all the way around into the plaza parking lot and then drive through and then wrap around to stop. That's a lot to do. To not be a weirdo in the middle of the night when you see somebody, right? So I'm like, oh, hell no. So right in the middle of the motherfucking street, I said, yeah, nah. I turn back around, walk back to the sidewalk, and I just stand there. Now we're both just going to be staring at each other. I'm not walking past this motherfucking car. I don't know what you want, bro. Right? So he obviously sees me like, oh, fuck. Caught. So then he speeds off. And then, yeah, he speeds off. And now he's going back into this plaza. Actually, no, he doesn't go back into the plaza. He goes down the street. Yeah. So he basically turns in and he goes down the street. So basically towards where I'm walking, but he's driving. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, the fuck? So then I start walking because I'm not really scary. So it's not like I'm about to run my ass back home. I got shit to do. So, but I'm peeping the game and I'm got that glizzy on me, right? So I'm like, you know, let me make sure everything's righty tighty, lefty loosey. Let me make sure I could pop that motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? If need be. So I'm preparing myself, but I'm figuring you just see me see you. I'm literally walking across the street, look at you, say never mind, turn back around, go back to the sidewalk, stand there and wait for your ass to go. You would think that's it. You're like, oh, she's very aware. I don't know. She's not about to go for anything, something. So I'm thinking, okay, he's gone. I'm getting back to my mood. I'm not letting it leave my mind because that's fucking weird, right? As I'm looking at this car down the street, driving, I'm still paying attention to it. Yeah, I'm not doing none of that till I see it's gone. He turns left. I'm like, okay, boom. He's going into the freeway. Okay, cool. We good. You think he went into the freeway? No. This nigga bust a fucking Yui. When he bust that Yui, I started praying. I started praying. Because I'm like, damn, I'm not in fighting wear. I'm not in kick a motherfucker's ass wear. I'm in these cute ass little green Mary Janes and a fucking green peacoat with a white dress. And it's skin tight white dress. To my motherfucking I look good, basically, but not ready to fight. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that thing out because there ain't no point in me trying to swing in this outfit when I could just make this a quick. I'm not the type of person who's gonna be quick to try to pull something out unless I feel like I absolutely need to. And this was starting to feel like abso-fucking-lutely. So when he busts his Yui, I'll go to pray mode. Like, hey, God, I see what you do for others. I don't ever want to have to do that, right? You know, you get it for protection because motherfuckers is weird. But I never imagine, I try not to, you know, have these ideals that I'm just going to be like, yeah, boom, boom, like this type shit. So no, I be like, when shit start going down, and I don't really get into things. Things don't really happen to me on that scale anymore. Thank to gods. So it's one of those moments like, oh, hell no, I ain't been in no weird shit in a minute. I be staying out the way. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Right? So I start praying like, hey, God, I don't want to have to kill a nigga. I will, but I don't want to have to. So I'm like, hey, can we figure out how to get the fuck out this situation? So I ain't gotta take this nigga's life. Right? So he starts coming down the street. And as he's coming down the street, yeah, I'm trying to like be obvious that I know I can see you. So like maybe it'll click. Like, don't be weird because I can see you. This is about to be a story time in itself because this is not the story time. This just reminded me of a story that I wanted to tell. So y'all get a quick little snippet before the drip it, right? So I'm looking at the car go by like, I can see you, nigga. Don't you know I can see you? Right? And I'm seeing him. Then he's making a left, and then he's going like basically in the street behind me. I'm pretty far away from that street though, but the street behind me. And I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. Because now I'm about to come up on another goddamn crossroad. And I'm like, fuck. So I start walking fast. Like, maybe I could beat him before he gets to me. You think I beat him? No. Right as I'm walking across the street, this same stupid fucking car comes again, right? So I'm like, yeah. Time to turn on the charm. Like, right? Turn on the charm. That usually helps me before I gotta beat somebody's ass. So I turn on the charm, and I'm like walking. But this time I'm like, I'm not about to bust back around. At this point, if I gotta shoot your ass, I'm gonna shoot your ass. So I'm walking, I'm pulling that little masculine out of me. Like, okay. You think I look fucking girly. That's what it is. So I'm like, okay. I'm walking past, and as I'm walking past, I lock eyes with him, dead in this motherfucking face. Try me the fuck if you want to, bitch. I will kill you. Let me not say that. But definitely I was looking at him like, okay, try me. Yeah, all right. So then he sees me, see him. And I don't break eye contact. I'm striding like, I've been here before. So he goes, my bad. I wasn't trying to scare. He like rolls down the window. He's like, oh, my bad. I wasn't trying to scare you or nothing. I saw the pretty girl. The fuck? First of all, he did not look that much older than me. And I saw that off tops. So what the fuck you mean, girl? I don't like when people call me girl, but I hate that shit. I don't hate it, but I feel like it's microaggression when people say that. And if people have been doing that a lot lately, and I'm like, oh, because I'm peeping game. My entire life, ain't nobody ever been like, girl, 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 girl. And I've been around a huge, diverse, full of people in multitude of ages and multitude of places and multitude of cities. And no one's ever like girled me as much as people are girling me now. So I'm like, damn, I must be looking fine as a motherfucker, grown as hell, because y'all really trying to sun me. But that just lets me know I'm doing something right. But anyways, so he's like, yeah, I just saw a pretty girl, and I just thought that maybe you wanted a ride. What you walking at night for? Because I got fucking feet? I don't know. I'm like, don't worry about it. I can. And he's like, oh, no, I just, you know what I mean? You're just a pretty girl. And I said, how old do you think I am? And he's like, oh, what you mean? I said, I'm not young. And he's like, oh, I mean, you look young. I said, I'm 33. He said, oh, well, I'm 38. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care how old you are. I didn't ask you. What do you want? Like, what do you want? I didn't say the part. I didn't say, what do you want? But I'm just like, okay. He's like, oh, I'm just getting some pizza. And you know what's crazy? Because past me, used to feel bad. Like, I would feel bad about, like, being a dick towards somebody who might genuinely be trying to be nice. But let's be fucking honest. It's 2025. You don't know that this would look weird to somebody? You don't know by now, with all the plethoras of internet and people picking bears and shit. Picking bears over men. That this would look odd. This unlit up fucking street that I'm walking down. Wouldn't be odd that somebody is fucking wrapping around the fucking area just so they can help a pretty girl? You don't think that's weird? So no, why should I feel like I owe you something, right? So he's like, but I'm still at this point though where I'm trying not to be too like, I don't know if this is a loose cannon ass nigga and we both just gonna be shooting at each other. You know what I mean? So I'm not being too like, motherfucking bitch ass nigga. No, but I'm just like, yeah, this weird, bro. This look weird. This look weird out here. And he's like, yeah, no, I just wanted to see if you wanted a ride. And I was like, nah, I'm going right up the street. And he's like, oh, well, what'd he say? Oh, he's like, oh, well, are you sure you don't want to ride? Because, like, where are you going? And I'm like, and I probably shouldn't have said that shit. But I said, I'm going to work. Right? But I didn't say, like, where. But I said, I'm going to work. He said, oh, so when do you get off? Like, maybe you could call me and let me know, you know, if you want to ride when you get off. I'm like, I do this shit. I'm a walker. I've been walking my entire life. Like, I don't... Of course, people don't know that. But it ain't like I'm out there like, oh. It ain't like I'm out there like, please. Oh. I'm in hills. You see what I'm saying? I'm in hills. So I'm obviously not new to this. I'm obviously not new to this, right? So I'm either on the job, no shame, or I'm going to work. Either way, I'm clearly used to this. I don't know. I don't think I would see somebody full fashion the fuck up in heels and think to myself, damn, they need a ride. Clearly they do this. Or they'd be wearing like sneakers and, you know what I mean? If I'm walking at night in heels, I'm clearly not new to this. I don't know. I be peeping shit. So I don't know. I use context clues before I start saying dumbass shit to people. Maybe that's just me though. So I'm like, nah, I'm not new to this. Right? And then of course he tried to have that conversation. What time do you get on? And I know, no, because you're obviously stalker. You're obviously on stalker timing. So I don't need you to be trying to peep what the fuck time I leave and don't leave and what days I work and don't work so you can try to fucking stalk my ass. Because I'm going to see you. And I'm going to get your motherfucking license plate, as I did. And I'm going to call the cops on your ass. And if they don't get here fast enough to save you, you're done. The fuck? So I'm like, nah. And he just kept being persistent, right? So one of these things that helps, I've realized helps, is when somebody asks you for their number, right? Take their number. Because then you can just pretend like you didn't fucking... I ain't putting that shit in. So he's like, oh yeah, well, can I get your number just in case you change your mind? And I was like, nah, but I'll take yours. And he's like, oh yeah, no, yeah, because I wouldn't want you to think that. The fuck, bro? You just wrapped around the street 3 times. I'm going to think that. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, I could be kind of charming sometimes. Sometimes it scares me because I be really like, yeah. Whole time in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck. I got to get the fuck out of here ASAP. But no, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, come on. I'm not about to sit here and try to pull out a glizzy. I don't want to do that to somebody. Unless I have to. Like, once it gets to that point where my heart's like, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. But I mean, like, I didn't feel fear. I just felt like, the fuck is you doing? So I'm just like, yeah. What's your name? He's like, yeah, so just call me. I was like, okay, I'm about to text you right now. I start walking off. I'm about to fucking text you. The fuck you thought? Because I'd be walking off because I don't have time for you to be like, yeah, call me so I could say, no, yeah, okay, doing it. Doing it right now. The fuck? Bye. No, that shit was wild. So it reminds me of the story. But see, when I was younger, though, I wasn't like I am now. I was, but I just didn't know how to express it. So I probably was a lot more scary because I didn't think I could talk my way out of something. The way that I can now, I can talk my way out of fucking anything. Honestly, I've talked my way out of some crazy ass shit. Oh my god, I've talked my way out of some crazy ass shit. But it's mostly because I think the reason why I know how to do it, how I figured out how to talk my way out of anything, is because I'm already knowing that if I cannot talk my way out of this, I'm finna kill you. So yeah, I'm finna talk a good game because I'm not thinking about saving my life. I'm thinking about saving yours. And to me, looking at it that way feels better. It is better. Because I'm not really scared. I'm not a scared of death type of person. So I'm not really scared of dying. So I'm going to do some reckless shit. I have done reckless shit in my life because I'm not scared of dying. I'm not scared of death. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I take us all out of this motherfucker. Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm one of those people. So the way that I not lose my mind and burn the motherfucking town down is by appreciating other people's lives. Not saying that I don't appreciate my life, but one thing you won't do is try to have me begging for my life. Please. I don't know. I just, the ideal of begging for my life so some funky fucking nigga can feel good about themselves and just be like, yeah, bitch, babe. No, because now I'm going to kill me and you. Now what? Now we both dead. So it helps to appreciate other people's lives. Because I will take it. Anyways. So it reminds me of this story time. Where one time I was out with my cousin, right? And we were out downtown and shit like that. And my ex at the time, Landon, I think he was supposed to come get me. I don't actually fully remember, but I think he was supposed to come get me. And I tried to call him, and he fell asleep. Or he was asleep, which he actually was. But at the time, I didn't think he was. I thought he was out fucking hoes. So my cousin was like, oh, I'll just walk you halfway, but basically I can't go the full way with you because now I'm going to be stuck out late by myself. So I was like, cool. And like I said, I'm not really a scary person, and as much I love outdoors and being a night owl, and I love walking. So it's like none of that shit really ever scared me. So I just automatically assumed nothing's going to happen to me because I'm having a good time, basically. So basically we got up on the point where it would be her bus stop and she would leave. And I had quite a while to walk, but because I loved walking, because I love nighttime, blah, 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 I didn't care. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm a thug it out, right? And it was cold as fuck too. But I kind of like wrapped my brain into this fantasy world where I'm just like a cool girl walking up. You know what I mean? Just make it home. Just basically do what you got to do, make it home. And like dissociate, basically. And I was very good at that. Which is honestly the reason why I think I can talk my way out of shit, because I would dissociate and put myself in a situation as if I genuinely do care about the conversation that I'm having to get this person to not ruin our lives, basically. Damn. That's actually kind of weird. I would be a great actress. I would just dissociate the fuck out of the situation and then imagine that I'm really there, and then I would really believe that I'm there, and then boom, scene. I wonder if that works that way. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. Anyways. I mean, I wonder if it works. Like, it would help me be a better actress. Or a good actress. Anyways, yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool, right? But the reason why it also reminds me of this, because it was night. And the way that I used to, this was at a point in my life where I was finding my style, right? Until, life fucked that up for me. But I got a little taste of the type of style that I now fully embody, which is basically eclectic, but mostly I love like those Mary Jane type baby doll heels and pea coats. So anyways, And it's funny because at this point, this is around the time where like Landon was basically trying to rip my confidence to shreds. You know what I mean? This was after, and this was at the time after the situation with my father, and I moved back to Buffalo. You know, I'm like, okay, I got this newfound freedom, and what I wanted to express that trauma into was fashion. That's kind of how I've always expressed myself creatively, was in fashion. So when this situation happened and he kind of tried to bring me down by saying that I was dressed like a whore, I took this as a silver lining as me getting to express my fashion. Like, okay, the bright side of this is I can fully, you know, I don't know if that was enough to help me. It probably would have been if I didn't let Landon fuck it up again, or fully fuck it up. Like the way my father was, basically kind of like felt like he was trying to snatch that from me. So when I went full-fledged to express myself in fashion, I felt like Landon then further snatched that shit the fuck down. But this was like right before he did that, because I think it's actually this day in there where he kind of started showing his insecurities. So yes, my thing was peacoats and Mary Jane shoes, and that was it was a houndstooth peacoat. It's so fucking cute, right? So I'm walking in my houndstooth peacoat with my houndstooth Mary Janes, and the outfit was very similar to what I wore a few days ago when this shit happened. But probably less expressive because I wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? I wasn't there yet. I didn't even fully even have the confidence to embody what I wanted to. But I do know people appreciated my style because I was constantly being complimented on my peacoat and shoe game, right? So I'm walking down the street like, And this was back in the day where like we didn't really have like earphones and music and shit. So I'm just like imagining I'm in this motherfucking movie scene, and you know what I mean? That peacoat was long, so it was kind of like flowing on some blade shit. And, you know, it was cold, so you see the steam coming out my mouth, and I'm like, yeah, I'm finna make it home. Yeah, and I was fucking vibing, right? With myself. And so I come up on this crossroad, but it's more of a triangle. Like you pass the trains, not a train station, but like, you know, more like the factory type trains. And so it's like a street, but it kind of like two streets, one coming way up off here and one coming way up off here, and it kind of leads to the street. And that main street is the street where me and Landon lived on. But I think I was coming off the train area, so I'm like coming through this field basically. And I did not know that this part of this town that I was walking through was a town where the apartment buildings that were around were specifically for predators. Yeah, they were basically predators who were getting out of prison. They were like halfway houses. There were halfway houses for predators. Yes, basically men who have sexually assaulted women and children, or maybe even other men. But I didn't know that at this point. I didn't know that yet because nobody told me until after the situation happened. So I'm like, you know, boom, 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 right? And I remember this shit like it was fucking yesterday, right? So I'm walking, and there is this pizza place right in the center of these crossroads and these buildings, these apartments, and this train thingy, railroads, train tracks. These train tracks, I think it was like some old big ass abandoned buildings where they fucking look haunted. It was creepy as fuck. I was mad as hell I had to walk past that shit. These brick apartment buildings for the predators, and this little pizza restaurant right there, like a bar and pizza place. And I remember looking from the distance. It was a car, right? It was a car, and you could see that these people, but it's like kind of pretty far. But you could see like I think it was like 3 people. It looked like, well, I didn't see what they looked like yet, but I know it was like about 3 people, and it was a car right in front of this pizza place. And they were kind of like walking out of it and like taking stuff out, and you look like they were taking stuff and putting it into their car. Basically, like they were like closing the store up. It was super late, Like, it was like super late. It was probably like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And so basically, like, these people were closing up the store. And I don't know. I was like kind of mesmerized by it because it seemed so cute. Like, the scenery itself was sort of haunting, but in a sort of a nostalgic kind of way. Like, damn, my hometown seems like it's closing, if that makes sense. Like, most of the stuff seems abandoned. But at the same time, when you see this cute little pizza place, you just know it's a mom and pop pizza place. And this family, you know, it's like, oh, they're packing their stuff up for the night. And I don't know, I just thought it was cute. Because as I'm going closer, I do realize it's a couple and their child. Not like a young child. But like probably an adult child who they're going to pass their business off on. But far away, I didn't really see that for sure yet. But I just imagined that. It was like, it just seemed cute. So, you know, I'm like, got my hands in my peacoat pockets, and I'm just like imagining how like this beautiful family has created this business. The snow was falling. It's sort of windy. It's kind of got that shh sound and shit. And, you know, I love winter and snow. So it just seemed beautiful. It seemed almost snow globe-like. So I remember being kind of like dazed into that. And then I kind of like focus out and I look at my surroundings. As I look at my surroundings, I look this side, right? There's a car at the end of the street, like way further back is a car. There's no lights on in this car. The lights turn on. I'm probably over-exaggerating hearing because I'm pretty sure there was no sound to the lights coming on, but I just remember hearing it like that. And the lights come on. The lights come on and it slightly flashes onto this little snow globe like scenery that I was looking at. And I'm like, right? And I thought it was kind of odd, but they're in the street, so I'm just assuming maybe they're just driving and maybe they just realized that their lights were off. But they're driving super fucking slow, right? And this is the hood. So you know what happens in the hood when people start driving by real slow. So I'm like, oh, damn. But I'm like, this is like a big scenery. So it's not like they would necessarily be driving by on me because they probably can't. I'm assuming they can't see me. I'm in a field. Get it? No, I'm in a field. Literally, I'm in a field. So it's not, there's no spotlights or anything. You know what I mean? And I see that, right? And then they flash their light. So then I'm thinking, oh, maybe they're, you know, they know each other. And they're like, basically, hey, we coming up the street. But they don't move. They don't react to this. So I'm like, what the hell? And they flash it again. So then I'm like, I look off, like, and there's another car on that other street that triangles. And they turn on their lights. And they flash back. So I'm like, oh, they're flashing at this car, not these people. These people still just packing it up. Doop, 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 doop. They probably noticed, but I'm still quite a distance away where I couldn't tell if they were like, what the fuck going on? Because they're not actually stopping and being like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell are these people doing? So now they're like slowly, like, driving up to this cross of street, which will be behind this pizza building. Ooh, excuse me. I'm kind of cold. I just came from outside. I feel like when I'm cold, I feel like burpy. I don't know. Anyways. So, like, they're driving slowly. And I'm walking. I'm just like, okay. But it's eerie. I feel eerie. Like, the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. My intuition's like, yo, what we doing? What we're gonna do? I feel like my body knows something's gonna happen before my brain catches up to it. Which is probably everybody, but I don't know. My body was reacting, and I know when that happens, I'm like, okay, something's about to happen, but I can't tell what because I'm not saying this doesn't look suspicious. I just don't know what kind of suspicious. Like, are they about to rob these people? Am I about to fucking witness these people getting robbed? You know what I mean? Is this a takedown? You know what I mean? Is this a poppin' pizza place, and they know they got some money in that motherfucker? So I'm like, yeah, am I about to witness some weird ass shit? So I'm low key kind of nervous. Like, should I be like, hey, you know? Because I was tempted. I was tempted to be like, hey, like, something weird's going on. So I start kind of walking a little faster because I didn't feel like they would even hear me or see me. My black ass, it's nighttime. You know what I mean? I don't think they would see me. And as far as hearing me, maybe, but the wind is kind of having that, you know. So I'm like, okay, let me get closer. So I'm thinking like, I'm about to save a nigga. You know what I mean? Shit. So I started walking fast on some blade shit. My fucking coat just like, my coat flapping back. You know what I mean? I'm fucking, fuck it. So I'm like, I start walking faster towards these people. Because, I mean, like, I gotta walk that way anyway. So if I'm wrong, it's not like it doesn't matter. I gotta walk this way anyway. So I'm starting to walk faster. But they're still going at the same pace. And as they're getting closer, right, it's closing in. I'm getting closer. That's how I notice it's a mom and dad and a adult child. And so we're kind of getting up to this close. And it's like, oh, fuck. We're at the last hour. Season finale. What's finna happen? But as I'm, like, looking at these cars, I'm, like, peeping game. Like, yeah, y'all not finna get away with this shit. Not on my watch. I'm noticing that they're not looking at these people. They're looking at me. So I'm like, okay, is this right? Like, I don't know if they're going to be like, oh, yeah, get that bitch. Like, am I, you know what do they say? No loose ends. Like, am I a loose end? Do they notice me? And they're going to be like, they're trying to get these people. But they notice me. And now they're going to, like, pop, pop. And then rob these people anyway. So now I'm like, oh, the fuck? So I start slowing down. I'm like, oh, shit. Ooh, ooh. Busted. And I'm minding my business. I ain't think this through. I ain't got no fucking shield jacket. The fuck? They shoot me, I'm just done. So I noticed that. So I start to, like, as these cars is going closer, I start to try to trail more onto the sidewalk. And then I'm just going to, like, go on the sidewalk and dip off on, you know what I mean? Like, okay. Because I'm scared now. I'm a little scared. But then they, like, zoom the car. Because I slow down. So now the car is way ahead of me. So then they, like, zoom. And they're, like, busting a U-E, right? And then when they bust this U-E, it's, like, this car that was going this way. Now they, like, chit-chatting. But they're still looking at me. They're not looking at the couple anymore. And then I got this huge wave, right? This huge wave, little download. And the download said, you got to get out of here before those people get into their car and leave. But it didn't make sense to me because I'm like, I don't feel like a target. Like, how am I more of a target than this business, you know, closing in the middle of the fucking night? Why would all these people be here for me versus about to rob this store? But I'm just like, nah, it kept eating at me. Like, make a move, figure something out before these people get in their car and leave. Because if they get in their car and they leave, you not getting no help. You know what I mean? Like, they might not be sitting around trying to help you like you about to try to help them. So they're still a happy family, you know, packing it up. And I just couldn't shake the feeling. It wasn't logical to me that even made sense that they would be coming for me. I don't even see how they saw me. But it felt that way. So then they, like, do, like, this turn off, right? And then now they're going, and they're about to wrap back around to where I'm at. And I'm like, oh, fuck. They're not here for those people. And I'm still so confused. So the people get in the car, you hearing the car doors close. And it just felt like this, like, voice was like 3, 2, fucking 1 type shit. When the motherfucking last door closes, and these people hit the thing, like, that car noise, where, you know, where they turn the car on, and or rev up the engine, all of a sudden, these cars start zooming down that street, and it's loud, so all you, so I'm like, nah, they gotta be coming for them. They just have to be. This doesn't make sense. So I'm like, okay, let me move back off. So I go back into the field. I'm going this way. These people just like, and they're driving off and they're going out of the parking lot. So now they're about to meet with these people. And I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. I'm finna see some shit. They stop. And these people just do. And they drive off. They don't chase the people, nothing. So I was like, right? Like, huh? They're being polite. They're letting these people leave. They're not trying to rob the joint. Or maybe they're just waiting for them to leave so they can get into the joint. But why make it that obvious? I don't know. And all of a sudden you just hear it like when these people drive. Now it's just literally me, just me. Like, the fucking whole street was like, what do they call it? A ghost town. So it's just me and these people. And then you just hear the, right? These fucking cars just, now they're like coming right at where I'm at. Because now I'm on the other side where that other car was before the other car went all the way around with the other car. When I tell you, I fucking ran I'm talking, I look like a hooker. Let me stop. No, the way that I was running in those, hills, and I've never ran in hills before that. That's about the first time I ever ran in hills. I was busting it. I'm like, boom. I don't know how I didn't break a fucking ankle. I'm like fucking running. And I'm like I dip in where the pizza place was. And I'm like fucking like, man, oh my God. I was running my fucking ass off. And I did not fucking stop. I probably looked like Usain Bolt with heels. There was so much, man, I was so fucking scared. There was so much commotion behind me. Like, just tires, just trying to catch up with me. Just fucking, I'm ducking in between apartment buildings. And oh my God, I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I ran my ass off. So I finally came up on my street. And it was pretty dark over there, right? Because now when I'm doing all this running and, right, I'm in traffic lights. So they see my ass just fucking, just random black chick. Oh my God. If somebody was looking out their window, they probably would have thought I was a hooker running from her pimp. Like, dead ass. Because it was wild. There was no reason why they was doing all of that. Trying to get my ass. Right? So I finally get on my street. And it's pretty dark again. And I'm like, ducked off. So I stop and I'm like breathing hard as hell. I pick up my phone. Damn, my feet. I pick up my phone. And I'm trying to call my ex. I was like, pick up. This motherfucker was not picking up. He was not picking up, right? So I'm like tucked away. And I'm pretty much on my street. So I really could have just kept going forward and walking. But I just didn't know if they were going to like start driving down my street. So I'm kind of like ducked down between, like on the sidewalk between this house and a car. And I probably called him like 10 fucking times. He never picked up. So I'm like, okay, let me just start walking. And I start walking again. But I'm still kind of hearing like, like, this is a fucking nightmare. This is a nightmare. This cannot be my life. So I'm just like, okay, I'm walking. And I was like, okay, like, I'm probably like maybe 3 minutes away walking. Ooh. Right? So, and I'm still like, but I'm like kind of like walking low, right? And then at the very last minute where I'm like kind of like by our old house, you just see the two cars just go woof, woof, and they like fucking fly by me and shit. And a part of me, because it was so loud and so shocking and so out of nowhere that I thought maybe they saw me, a part of me just wanted to be like, a part of me just wanted to be like, but I'm like, play cool, because they're not going to be speeding by like that if they see me. Or they will speed, but they kind of will hit the brakes really hard and try to snatch my ass up. But they like flunk by, right? So I know they don't see me. But a part of me, because it was so loud and so like, I didn't even know they were that fucking close. That, yeah, I almost fucked it up by screaming my ass off, right? So I'm just like, shook. Oh, I finally made it to to our house, right? And when I went in there, well, it's probably wrong that I did this shit, but I low-key smacked his ass awake. I don't know if you ever seen that meme where the lady, it's a meme of I think like a very old show or movie where the lady smacks the fuck out of the dude while he's asleep, and then when he's like, oh, and she's like, oh, you had a bad dream. That's kind of what I did. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really be like, oh, you had a bad dream. I was just kind of like, oh, are you okay? Oh, okay. Well, since you're awake, I almost got fucking kidnapped. So I tell him the story, and he, then he's like, oh, like, where the fuck was you? And I told him, and he's like, why the fuck was you walking down that street? That's the street where the predators be. And I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't you ever tell me that? Why wouldn't you tell me that? Because one of his family members, like, we often go on that street during the day. We've had like water fights on that fucking street. Why wouldn't you tell me that? So when I go down the street, I'm going down the street as I'm coming from downtown because it's a street I knew. So I'm like, I've never like walked from downtown to where we live. So I'm just going based off what I know. And I'm like, okay, boom, I know this street because once we hit this street, we're going to hit that cross streets. Once we hit the cross streets, that's going to be our street. So I'm like, why wouldn't you tell me that? Why the fuck are we having water fights with kids on that goddamn street? If everybody knows that. Because that's how he's like, everybody knows that's the motherfucking blah, blah, blah. Mind you, my ass been living in fucking Vegas. I didn't fucking know that shit. Like, I didn't know that. So I'm like yelling because I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't you tell me that? Like, why would we be down there having water fights with your fucking cousins and shit? With kids. And like, oh, because, they can't come out during the day or some weird shit. Like, they got curfew, so they don't be coming out during the day because they can't be around kids and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I knew that and there was guards and there was guns and they don't leave till the nightfall. I would not have my kids playing water fights out on that goddamn street. What? I wouldn't even be living on that street. That's fucking wild. To this day, I don't understand that. Like, why the hell would y'all have that in an area? Anyways. Not my monkey, not my circus. But yeah, so we arguing because he's mad that I didn't know. You're from here, how come you don't know? Like, he doesn't know that half my fucking life I didn't grow up in New York. I grew up in Vegas. Like, we went back and forth, right? So I didn't know the shit that most people would know. I don't think I fully even know Vegas because I done been back and forth so many damn times. It's like you can't really. Anyways, so we're arguing, and then he starts to try to tear at my, like, why the fuck you wearing this, and tear at my style. Mind you, it wasn't until now I suppose, when I bought my first peacoat again. Like, I have the first peacoat that I had bought since that peacoat, I think, actually, was this black peacoat that I have. And I don't think I bought that until, like, maybe 3 years ago when I turned 30. Yeah, I think when I turned 30 is when I bought me another peacoat. But that happened when I was, like, 19. So from 19 to 30, I stopped wearing peacoats. Because it was like one of those, like, my style drastically changed because I started to feel like I wanted to dress as a person who did not want attention, because everyone made it seem like the way that I dressed was because I wanted attention. The way that I dress is because I want attention. But so I did tone my style. I toned my style down a lot because of that. Even though people still would say that because I still was fashionista. But it wasn't to that caliber. And even then, I didn't even think that I was doing anything. I just liked peacoats. And yeah, he started tearing at my style. Like, basically, why are you wearing that? Why would you wear heels and blah, blah, blah. Mind you, it'd be the same people that be talking about your damn style that be the people who be fucking cheating on you with bitches who are half naked all the fucking time. How you gonna be mad at me for wearing heels? Mary Jane's, by the way, they're not stripper heels. Mary Jane's is like preppy heels. But you gonna cheat on me with bitches with fucking big ass fucking stripper heels, which are so cute, by the way. I don't know if I personally would wear them. Only because I'm already tall. So I feel like with those, not that I would be worried about being taller. No, I would love that. I love looking over bitches. Let me stop. No, it's more just because I feel like my ankle would do that. Pop, pop. My ankle would for sure do that thing. I would be that. Y'all ever see that damn? And the lady was walking, but her ankles kept doing pop, 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 pop. She was a model. Yeah, that'd be me. I wouldn't even bother doing that. I feel like when it comes to very, very tall heels, I got 2 left feet. And I've worn tall heels before, so I know I can do it. But I think I would overthink it, and then all of a sudden my legs would just be like. But, I love heels. Oh, I love heels. But yeah, it just reminded me of that because for a split second after that happened, because oh my god, my outfit was so cute, and I don't even know if I took a picture. But a split second after that happened, I had that thought of like, should I? You know what I mean? Because I just started in heightening my style again, and I've kind of been building it back up, but probably only in the last like maybe week or two that I've kind of been tripling it, like double it, And so it was one of them moments where I'm just like, I'm not about to have another fucking situation have me dimming my light because I'm scared that I'm being too noticed. It's not about you, motherfucker. I'm not doing this for other people. I'm doing this for me. I love fashion, right? But I did have a moment where I was like, oh fuck, is this wrapping back around? Is this like a test? Like, hey, remember when you were 18? Remember when you were 19 and you fucked off your style for some funky fucking nickels? Are you ready to do that again? Hell yeah. And I keep going with it. And it's funny because even right after that, I bought me some new sneakers for my job. Because I've been wearing the same fucking black sneakers for a year. Well, it hasn't been a year yet. For 8 months, right? And somebody at my job, my supervisor, we get along pretty cool, but sometimes it's just like, we'll be getting along cool, and then all of a sudden, it's like she has to jab at me in some way. And it's not like I don't know why, insecurities and all that bullshit, but she instead of being like, oh my god, your sneakers is nice, she's like, oh, did you get your tax money? Those look expensive. And I'm just like, because that happened, and then that happened, and I think even somebody said something a little after that, and I'm like, oh, the devil is at work. Because why the fuck would you ask a random... And I know I'm not random. But I don't understand this. Why do people discuss money with people you're not married with? I'm not going to ask somebody, like, how much do you get paid? People keep asking me that. How much do you get paid? And I feel like it's because I'm ramping up my style that people are assuming, like... How do you got all that money for this? Bitch, the fuck? I told her, I was like, tax money. This is $40 on Amazon. I don't think I need tax money to get a $40 pair of shoes on Amazon. I'm like, no, I need my goddamn tax money. And why are you asking me that? And this is not the first time she asked me about my taxes. She's been asking me about my taxes since tax season started. And I don't understand that, because I'm not about to talk to you about my money. The fuck is wrong with you people? I'm like, hell no, I didn't get them. What I say? I said, well, first of all, it's $40 on Amazon. And second of all, I just got paid. And she said, huh? I said, I just got paid, right? Because I get paid to be here. I'm not a slave. You know that, right? You know I get paid, right? I've had to say this like 5 times this year alone because someone has asked me about something, as if they don't understand how could I obtain that? Because I get paid. I'm at work. You're asking me about how much did that? I work. You know when payroll rolls around and you get your money deposited, that money's depositing in my account too. I'm not an indentured servant. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I think I just told that where this lady was like, one of the people at she don't work there no more. Motherfuckers be getting fired every time they come for me. I don't know what it be because I don't be getting them fired, but I think she might be next. Let me stop. I get along with her well, but she don't get along with me, if that makes sense. Now this lady was like, yeah, I wonder how much money I touch every day. I probably touch as much money as you touch this certain object I have to use during my job. And I'm like, do you think I don't get paid? She said, what? I said, do you think I don't get paid? So technically, I would have to touch as much money as you touch because I get paid. Or maybe technically I'm not touching money because I get direct deposit, but I think I'm seeing as much money as you're seeing. As a matter of fact, I think I might be seeing more money than you're seeing because I don't think you guys understand that I get paid just as much as y'all do. And you actually had to work harder for your position. And I make just as much money as you. Did that hurt your feelings? Fuck is wrong with these people? But I promise y'all, I'm not gonna stop with my fashion. Because fuck these people. I didn't have to run this time, so that's good. Anyways, I hope you guys like this story time. I got something cooking. I got to go. I hope you guys like this story time. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I already have like 2 story times I want to do next. And 3 other video ideals. So it's been a crazy, I mean, not crazy, but it's been kind of busy, so I hadn't been able to record as much. But I hope you guys do like the story time, and I'm gonna make sure I stick up to my schedule. Woo. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, and stay fashioned up. I don't know how I would say that. I was about to say stay laced up. What's a good fashion term for rock your shit? Okay, show off your style. Show off your creativity. I know everybody doesn't show off their creativity in the same way. Mine's is fashion. And if you a fashion motherfucker needs to, don't have these funky fucking niggas try to tell you that this why that happens to you, and that's why that happens to you, because you wear this, you wear that. Man, fuck you. I seen a fine ass man in a fine ass suit, and I ain't never thought about taking his ass without his permission. I seen a fine ass man in a Speedo, and not one time did I ever think, let me go take him down. That's disgusting. Fucking weirdos. Don't have weirdos make you stop your shine. Shine, motherfucker. Shine!